And we are live. Thank you very much for joining our presentation. I'm not going to say very much, but instead give the floor to our first presenters, the Sunflowers.
Hey. So I'm just going to step over here. So we're going to present to you code words. So I'm here. My name is Stefan. These are my friends and colleagues, Abed and Rosie. What we've been working on the last 2 weeks is called code words. I want you to imagine code words and Hogwarts, and we put them together. So this is a magical school for young adults to learn how to code. And this is the website. So we themed it like in a magical theme. We want to make it more fun, more engaging with the user. I'm gonna expect a little bit of interactivity from you later. I hope that's okay. Yes, good, perfect. So the site has 2 main components. I'm just gonna sign in real quick. We're using Clerk. So here you have the 2 main pages, which is adventures and profile. So in adventure, you will go on adventures and you will learn how to code. There's different types of things. And when you complete an adventure or quests, you will gain experience points, which will accumulate in your profile. And in your profile, you can level up and gain hearts and stuff like that, which will be relevant later. But I'll talk about it then, or Rosie will. So this is the front page. You can log in. If you want to, you can go back to the index page and refresh it to see my beautiful animation. So I will go to profile now. So this is the profile page where you can see your name, you can see your house, because obviously we want houses like in Hogwarts. On the right side, you will see your adventures that you have completed. So this is a new character, so you have 0 adventures completed, but you do have some levels because we had to preset some levels. You have a talent tree, it's under construction, but you can increase your hearts depending on your talent points and save them, and that will translate to how many hearts you will have, which will be important in your adventures that you will do later. So maybe I want to feel like this, and I'm not Stefano, I'm Stefano the Great. Feels much better. And I'm of House Icewind. Yes, definitely. Super cool. So it's supposed to make you feel like you're in this magical school, to get you like too hooked in. This is the profile page, like I said, the adventure page. But we'll talk about.
Yes. Thank you, Stefan.
Yes.
I'm going to show you the adventure page now. So first of all, an adventure is pretty much a quiz. We decided to use a bit of a magical language throughout the app to make it more fun for the users. So you have a nice greeting to start with, then you have a bit of motivation to get you started with your first adventure of becoming a code magician. And then further down, we have the actual adventures. Right now, we have, I think, 6 adventures, but we are planning on adding more in the future, maybe. And as you can see, each one has a nice magical image and a bit of information. Also, each adventure has a grimoire. Basically, it's a handy resource to get some information and hints for the upcoming adventure. Basically, it's like a mini documentation. Also, the adventures are grouped into levels. You start out with level 1 adventures unlocked, and then once you've completed all of them, you will be able to proceed to level 2 and so forth. So before we start a quest, I want to tell you that we built out the quiz page in a modular way so that we can have different kinds of questions such as drag and drop, multi-select, and so forth and so on. And it makes it easier for us to later, if you want to add more question types, we can do that. Now I'm going to hand this over to Rosie, who is going to show you the first adventure.
Beautiful, thank you.
Thank you.
So it's the moment that we've been waiting for. Now we actually get to play the game. I'm going to start with the intro quest. So clicking here. And here we are on the quiz page. We made it a bit bigger for you so you can see the writing, but you can't see the hearts for the presentation. Here we have a drag and drop question type. Does anybody know how to make a for loop in C#? I'm going to start out. I mean, I can help you out, but if someone has some ideas, please shout up because it's fun to play together. I hope I got that right after 3 months of studying. So now we have another drag and drop question. Let's have a look at this. I'm not going to put you under any pressure. Now I feel like I'm just flexing my syntax. So this is another type of question, and you have to actually type the syntax into the box. That's because a lot of games now are very fast and they don't require much work from you, but I think it's really valuable to actually learn to type out the syntax. So does anyone have an idea which is the correct answer?
Be
1,
brave.
2, 3. Wow, okay. I'm cheating. You should type this. But okay. We're doing pretty well actually. So now we come to which following methods can be used to concatenate two strings in C#. Yes, Alejandra, you've been studying well. But maybe there's another one. It says methods. Does anyone? No?
Can every answer be right and can there be 4?
There can be more. There should be more than one actually.
All of them can be right. Do you have a guess? It's okay to be wrong.
Join?
Ooh,
Are you sure?
great.
Spread operator.
This is
Yeah,
my
you're right.
favourite question actually. Does anyone have any idea? I think it's the same for Java. I'm not sure. Let's try bool. No, it was string. It's a reference type. But there you go. So woo, Stefano the Grat
Yeah, I
has
almost spelled correctly.
passed the quiz.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much what we have to show you. Yeah, I'll just finish up by saying like I'm really proud of working with you guys. It's been beautiful. And
Same.
it was super fun that we set up the cloud initially. So we had like our CI/CD pipeline from day
2.5.
1.5. So we've been pushing and using GitHub Actions, and that's been really fun learning curve. Yeah. So thank you.
Should I run around with this? Any questions?
Yeah, maybe you have some questions.
I have a question.
Oh, wait, did I? Okay, I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Can you show me again what happens when you lose this?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we
So let's take the same one.
like we usually don't do that, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
no, you had 5 hearts. Now you have, you're losing hearts.
That's why you want to level up.
Oh
so
no.
you can answer more times.
But, oh, worth noting, if you do keep losing, you will still save your XP points to the database. So even if you don't pass the level, if you got one question right, so it's nice for people just to boost morale. It's still worth failing, you know. Oh no.
No.
Retry. Yeah, you can have another go.
Did you? Sorry, I'm just gonna go to Alec.
So we have two different questions from chat. The first general question is, what was the main inspiration for this idea?
Oh, it's actually Peter from the sales team, his son, because he's been using Scratch to learn to code. I don't think he's here.
No, because he was the one asking the question.
Oh! So yeah, we've deployed the website to cloud, and we have like the URL. We're going to send it to Peter, and his son can be the first like beta tester for us. Yeah.
Another question from chat is also, what would you consider to be the hardest and easiest part of this project in general?
Yeah, it was a bit difficult to set it up, to make it modular and get the quizzes, like have different types of questions in the same quiz.
Took about a day of us sitting down.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. Mm.
Easiest. What's the easiest?
Mm.
It's all good. They have good teammates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
working together.
Mm.
I have a question. Are you using AI for the questions, or do you have any plans for it? Or do you have any plans for it?
Not right now,
Okay.
because it could be wrong. But we need to
Yes,
expand. We need to find a way to expand. Like,
Yeah, like we don't really trust it. Like we got maybe some inspirations for some questions, but it's not always that great. They're too long, and the explanations are. But it's an interesting idea. Maybe we can configure it in a way that you can use it, and that would be definitely a nice feature. It's like a wild adventure. Use AI, random questions.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
do you want
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Hi, I just wondered how you generated the images. Is it AI or is it some kind of stock images? Or
Question is yes. It's AI.
it's AI. Yeah, okay,
Yes.
they were great.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Good job, AI.
Thank you for saying that. We're really pleased with this one.
Yeah,
The
it-
Harry
it does a
Potter
lot for the experience. Actually.
and the
Right.
key value pairs on the hexes and hash tables.
Super cool. There's a question over there. Can someone pass the mic?
Kind of like same question. Is it Microsoft generated AI pictures or something kind of like?
We used Midway, I believe, and we used another one called Leonardo AI.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Last question then.
Do you have a dashboard for admin, or you add the questions manually?
Right
We
now,
see the database.
yeah, we're adding
see
them
the
manually.
database,
But that's definitely something that would be interesting. Maybe a teacher's tab as well. You can keep
Exactly.
track.
Really
That's
good
nice.
But
idea.
it's future development in a couple of years.
Sure.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Well, thank you very much.
So, thank you very much, Sunflowers. So, give it now up for Rhinos.
But he's doing it.
Oh, okay.
Hello, everyone. Thank you. So we are Team Rhino, and we have worked on this app that we call the Home Swap. So basically, the main objective of Home Swap is to make it easy to share available homes within your group of friends and family. So let's say that you are traveling somewhere and that you are looking for, not to spend too much in accommodation. So you come into the app and you look if there's anything available. So then if you are going away, obviously you can also make your property available and your network could benefit from that. Also, there's occasions where people might just want to go somewhere and they need someone to look after their place, their pets, or their plants. So that would be another use case for the app. So basically, is like the app makes it easy to share your home availability and find other places. Okay, so Axel will take us through the login.
Yes, so this is what everyone is like greeted with. It's like a small intro page where this is where you are logged out. So it's just a small text on what the site is about, and then swap your home, simplify your travels. And then with an example of what two homes could look like and a swap. And then we can press get started. So let's see what this looks like. So we press get started, and then we are taken to the login page where you fill in your credentials. And also here you're able to import your contacts. So if you have like social media contacts, you would get them inside the app as well. And we used Clerk for the login. So this is just to see, to demonstrate what it looks like logging in through Clerk. And here we have some skeleton visuals, as you can see, before the site has actually loaded the gray boxes there. Yes.
So there are two main features for this main page. We have the post section and the availability section. So one of the features of the app is that you can connect to your first degree network, that is your direct friends, but you also have the option to extend your availability and your message to the rest of your network. So you are able to connect with your potential second degree network, but this is, the user has control over this. So for example, when Can you go to the next one, please?
So this is where you would start it. So it starts now.
So we would be posting a message here, and we have the option to select how far this message can be reshared. So you have the control of the visibility of your messages and of your property in general. In this case, we also have the example. We have a message here from our second degree network, so we could potentially contact this person. So on the other side, we have the availability map.
Yes. Yes, it's running.
So sorry, Simon is going to take over.
Yeah, so now we're logged into my profile, and as you can see here, Alejandra has shared this message, and now I can reshare this to my friends that are not her friends, so that my friends, that's the second degree connection kind of, so that my friends can see this as well. Yeah.
Okay, so going back to the other main feature of this page is the availability of our network. So in the app, we have the pins of the particular locations, but we also have the cards where we can actually see the details of the property or express interest. The cards in pink and the pins in red are those of our first degree connections, and those grayed out are the second degree connections. So while we cannot express interest for those properties directly, we can reach out to the person to make a connection. So the other feature in this part is that we have the search bar, and in the search bar we can look for not only the properties that are available at that point, but all the properties in our network. So while someone might have listed a room, if there's no availability, we can have a look at that property and potentially contact that person for a future swap. So we can, yes, we can see those details as well. So now we are, for example, looking for a property in Paris. That's a second degree with no availability. And we also look for something in Madrid, which is a direct connection, has no current availability, but we can reach out to her. Then I pass it on to Simon.
Thank you. Yes, so now we're in my profile again, and we can see Alejandra's home in the map and also in the express interest column here. And now I'm actually gonna express my interest for those specific dates. So I send her a message, and these will be reflected on her personal profile. So how do we go to next? Okay, so this is Alice's profile again. Now if you go in here, we can see her available dates here, and we can see that I expressed interest, and here she can confirm this interest, so I will be the one staying at that time.
Nice.
Yes. And now again in my profile we see that this booking is now confirmed, so we can see Alice's place here as my confirmed booking. And this is also a list of your friends that you can go into their profile if you want. And also in here I can point out we have the map for the location for that profile, so you can see where you are going to stay as well. Yes. And so now if we go again to Alice's profile, we can see that you can actually open up your property as well, and adding available times. So in here she can then choose her dates and offer them to other friends, and then it will be added here. And there's also an option to then regret them and delete them if you don't have availability then.
Yes.
Yeah, that was it for the actual app. Now we wanted to talk some about our challenges during this process. So I'll hand it over to Ale.
So I will start with the cloud. We also set up the cloud environment right at the beginning. It took us about 2 days to get it ready. But then yesterday when we were trying to update the database, apparently we had run out of our credit, that we couldn't actually use it. So it was quite frustrating that we put so much time at the beginning to not be able to actually demo it later. But it's resetting in October, so we will be live in October.
Yeah, also like regarding that same process, since we started with the cloud part, we also started with like modeling the database quite a lot. And so the vertical slicing approach was not like perfect. So when we got then to the front end, we figured out we had to add a lot of models for different features. So it was kind of clunky in that way some of the times, but we figured it out in the end. Yeah, and the final challenge I think was the Google API. Mostly because of the cost, because apparently we added the geocoding as a service from Google Cloud Platform, and it was I think we might have done some kind of endless loop in the beginning, so it was really expensive because we re-rendered like all the time. Yeah, but so we went the credits. There's like worth 3,000 Swedish crowns. And we went out in like 1 week or something max. But yeah, yeah, it was really expensive. So probably we did something wrong, or geocoding is really expensive. I don't know. Yeah.
We can end there. Maybe questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So any questions? Question. Should I reach? Yeah.
Yeah, so what was your main inspiration for this home swap? Because for me, the only thing I could think about was The Holiday, the movie. But what was your inspiration for this kind of setup?
Yeah, I guess just going places. You just make your travel plans, and you know that you have friends there, and that you will let them know once you're there that you want to see them. And then you get there, and they are not there, and they're like, oh, you could have actually stayed at my flat. And it's like, then it's like, it's too late. Or like a lot of people that I know in London, these are older people, but they go on holiday and they need someone to like house sit their house. And how many people would not be excited to stay in a central London house, but they still find it hard to find someone. And it's just, like sharing. Sometimes we think that we have we have our friends, but sometimes picking up the phone and trying to make those arrangements, it's so hard. So it's just a way to try to simplify that and benefit everyone in every end. So I don't know, yeah, making travel plans, I guess.
Great, thank you.
I think the retweeting of posts through different circles was really interesting. And how do you? So it starts with one user, and you define how large the spread can get. But how do you track so it doesn't go out of control, sort of?
Yes. So we have displayed the feature for the MVP, but the resharing is not completely implemented.
Okay.
We do the tracking of the second-degree connections that's implemented.
Okay.
So basically, you have to traverse your database and just establish first your friends and then your friends of your friends, and it is quite easy to determine that aspect.
Yeah.
And I guess implementing it wouldn't be that hard either, but that part is just for the MVP to show that that's within the plans.
Thank you.
Chat has informed me that you broke their first question because you revealed too much about mistakes and what was hard and so on. But one question chat has is, how did you make the logo? And who came up with the name?
So the name was just decided the first day. Didn't put that much effort into it. And you may talk about the logo?
Yeah, I put together the logo. It's wanted something that looked a little bit like competitors in this segment. It's a little bit similar to Airbnb, sort of. We just wanted it to feel like a real service for now. And then I made a symbol which looks a little bit like two houses, but also like two arrows, sort of. So it's a small symbol that resembles the service, sort of. Yeah.
All right, a question from me then. How did you distribute the workload?
So I have to fill in here because I've been away a lot during this time. So Ale and Simon has done most of the work on the website. And we tried to stay connected throughout the project. But it's been a little bit of a journey. Maybe you want to fill in.
Yeah, I mean, it's been, you had a lot of interviews for jobs at the same time, and we had some troubles coming up with like a planning board that fits so that we can distribute things to you and at the same time finish the project. So yeah, we kind of planned as two, but we were one that could do some stuff, I guess.
Yeah, and in general, we did, we worked the cloud together in the first days. We also worked in the models together, and then it was just a matter of being effective with the time. So we divided the feature pages. I worked in one and Simon worked in the other, and we tried to give feedback to each other. And just obviously there are points in this project that things connect to one another. So in that sense, we sort of had to work together every day, just making sure that it was fine, because I was creating data transfer objects that then Simon was using, and he was like, "What is this?" So yes, we tried to divide as much as we could, but we still worked as an entity.
No other questions, I believe. So thank you. With that, give it up for our last presenters, D Flats.
everyone is ready. So, hello everyone, and welcome to Team D Flats. We have made an app called Team Up, and it is a collaboration platform for any and all kinds of projects and reoccurring events. Our goal was to design a place in which you can find like-minded people to collaborate on creative projects. Do you have a cool concept for a game, but need someone who knows Java? Maybe you're a master of visual design, but need someone to complement you technically in order to realize your dream? Then this is the app for you.
Oh wow, Tim, sounds almost too good to be true. Maybe there are projects out there that would be fun to join for me. Let's have a look at one of them. So here I can read the full description of the project, as well as learning more about the project initiator, and this time Bertram. Below the description, I can see what skills are required for the project to be a success and what topics the project is centered around. For example, movies and gaming. Below that, we can view the active collaborators of the project and see what skills they contribute to the project itself. So I'm going to sign in order to get a more tailored experience for my personality and skills. So right now, this is my feed of recommended projects for me to join, but it's very generic. So we want to tailor that a bit more to myself. So we can add skill tags and interest tags. So skills are what I'm good at, and interest tags is what I'm interested in doing. So I like puzzles, so let's add problem solving as a skill. And you know, everyone loves a good mystery, so let's add mystery as a topic. So now if we go to the new project feed, you can see that the website has selected one good match for me specifically. In this case, Agatha Christie's Book Club. Sounds fun, so I want to join that. And joining is very easy. Just press the big yellow button. And there, the request is sent to the project owner, which is Carl.
Yes. Thank you very much, Oscar. Now, over on my profile, over on my side, can you go to me? I can see now that I received a notification that Oscar wants to join one of my projects. I can choose whether to accept or deny these requests. And of course, I'm gonna press accept. Okay. I can now see that Oscar is part of the project as a collaborator. And back to you, Oscar.
Thank you, Carl. So awesome. It's that easy to join a fitting project. And that inspires me to create a project of my own. So what about, let's develop a real-time strategy game. We can call it Time Twisters. And it's a game development, so we need some programming skills. So let's say C#. It's a good, strong language. And for graphics, let's add OpenGL. So we get us some of that competence as well in the project. And for topics, it's a game development project. And to be more specific, it's a real-time strategy game. Cool. So that's set up, and we create the project. And if we scroll down, awesome. We already have a whole bunch of suggested users that are a good fit for this game development project. So let's invite one of them. That one on the bottom looks like a good fit, Carl Hasselberg. Let's invite him. And over to Carl's perspective.
Thank you. Okay, so over on my side, again, I noticed that I've been invited to a project. The invite is from Oscar. And I will choose to accept. The project now appears on my profile, and when I click on it, I can see the details. And we can see that I have been added So this is my profile, and here's the project. And yeah, so you can see I've been added as a collaborator from the invites. And yeah, that's our demo. Thank you very much. Oh wait, we have more. We have more content in the presentation. So.
So, we hope that this demonstration gave you a feel for what our project is about. Next, we'll talk a little bit about process, from initial sketches to a working product. We decided early on to go with the idea of a collaboration platform to really take advantage of the internet as a communication tool, and also to realize our desires to facilitate connection between people and projects. So, the core idea was to bring people together for different activities, what we call projects. The task of our web app would be to facilitate these connections through a social platform. So, the main concept became more concrete when we made a sketch of the necessary features to make the whole thing work in reality. We categorized these features into core functionality, something we needed to have, and nice bonuses to have. To support these features, we also expanded the sketch into a rough architecture of how we wanted everything to work.
Yeah, and from here we used visual references. Was also important as a communication tool to mold the concept into a shared vision. Through this, we could more clearly shape the general look and feel. Since we are 4 people and full stack development naturally is divided into back-end and front-end, it seemed reasonable to work in pairs on each front. To keep communication and integration active, we decided to synchronize between them through frequent retrospectives and feature stages. A little bit more. I'm already finished. Next. Yeah. But what happens when the best laid out plans meet reality?
Things became more ad hoc. One front is ahead of the other and then behind. And to keep up the tempo, the front-end team started making requests to the back-end to be able to work on more features. So things became more fluid, and we jumped between roles more frequently. To deal with this experiment, we experimented with a number of ways to keep communication clear with each other, both visually, remotely, and in person. For example, in this diagram, we define the flow of the features from a user perspective, and then use that to prioritize and distribute tasks. We use colors and markers to show progress on the features. But as the complexity of the project grew, it became harder to keep track of everything. We found ourselves eventually in a cyclical flow with faster feedback as the project was in a more complex state. A more cyclical workflow worked better when we were in the process of adding new features. And that's it.
Okay, so we'll end this presentation with a quick retrospective of the challenges, things that went well, and future features for future development. So one hard part with developing for the web is syncing client and server state. They do say that caching is the most difficult thing in programming after all. So a lot of small, subtle bugs showed up on that front.
Yeah, and another problem we had was user interaction. We noticed many times when we tested the app that there were many bugs and the flow of the user experience didn't align. So we had to restructure our components and have a different navigation.
We would also like to add about the things that went well. I think our team managed successfully on collaborating together. We did really well with the sync of front-end and back-end.
Yes, and we had a constant feel of progression in the project. This was due to our frequent communication, and it was easy to know what to do. So yeah.
So there were a few features that we wanted in the first brainstorming. I'm terribly sorry. I'm a busy man. So one of those were using geolocation, because we wanted to connect people, and people work the best together in the same room in real life. So we could filter like people close to you would be a good fit for your project.
Yes. And another feature that would be nice to have in the future would be to have a project message board where collaborators can raise issues and discuss the project. Like, for example, how to meet up in real life and stuff. And yes, thank you so much for listening to our presentation.
Thank you.
Any questions? Yes, Rosie.
Rosie needs a mic.
Okay, who's gonna answer?
Thank you. I want to know where you got the background from because it would look amazing on CodeWarts.
No, we made it in CSS.
Oh,
So it's just
beautiful.
very keyframes and blinking dots.
Looks great.
Yeah, very. It's very. You can look at the code. It's very little code.
I'll take a look at your source code. Thank you. Anyone else?
All right. Question from chat. Is it possible for developers or people looking at projects in general to get more information before they accept or deny? When they get
We have
information?
links. So, for example, if a project owner, someone wants to join a project, they can go to the profile page and read the bio and other skills and tags, interests that they have to see if they're a good fit for the project. We hope for future that we could have like some kind of chat function, so
Yeah.
people can have DMs before actually inviting someone to a project.
Yeah, we don't really have a bio right now, but you can check out at least which projects the user is a collaborator in and have created himself. So yeah, you can check out the profile of the one trying to enter.
One question from me.
Yep.
Anything you decided to abandon? Because you might noted that it was a bad idea or it didn't work or wasn't time.
So we did start work on the geolocation feature, but felt fairly early that was like not a core feature to the project, that we could do well without it. It would have been nice to have it, but we had some initial code for it, but we decided to prioritize other things instead.
Do you think it was a good idea to divide the group in front end and back end, or do you suggest another way of working?
I guess we can have different things.
We think that actually it worked out really well because it wasn't like two people in the backend team for the whole 2 weeks. We actually been swapping between each other. Like mostly me and Carl worked on the backend, but both Tim and Oscar also contributed to the backend. It's just like we had responsible people for their field.
Okay.
I can add though that especially I think the front end got like pretty complex after a while, so it was sort of hard to just jump back in, like so that's maybe something you can think about. I think we were effective with our time though, like this was a good way of working, but yeah.
I think it's useful to swap roles sometimes, because sometimes you have to, it's really good for you to explain it to someone who's not been in the loop for a while, because then you can kind of realize, have I made this too complex, too complicated? Or do I really understand it myself? And also to be introduced to a part of the project is like, you know what's going on in the whole project. It's a really good thing, I think. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So thank you very much, and thank you everyone who actually joined in and watched the final presentation. We hope you'll have a lovely continued afternoon, and I'll see you all later.